Rahubat. Rahubat. This is not a normal live, but something that we're going to be becoming more. And when I say this, I do mean it. I think I got what I'm going to be doing. We got some words that are in the doctrine scroll that we're going to be reading called the Prism. It's a Taraq. If you have it and you want to read along, you can do that. And I think this will be saved on YouTube, so you can reference it. And then I think this is what I'm going to be doing from now on, where I read from something, so you're both enlightened, and also you get some of the Nuwaupuyee that is long overdue. The first word that is so universal is pa. Pa. Pe, a, pa. And that means the. And you see this in front of a lot. Well, just like in any other language. I don't know why. But re, a, ye, ye. Re, and that means sun. We are all people of the sun. The ones who can stand in it. Ne, a, we, a, re. Nawar. And you always want to roll your R's. And that means light. And that's in reference to the light that gets refracted. Not saying that something is light as in weight. That's another word, but we'll find it later on. And this is typically what goes with pa. Pa, paut. Paut. And if anyone remembers, this is that accent that can go in front of really any vowel. But we have pe, a, which could be ri or ru. And we have a te, which is a soft T. And altogether, paut. And that is the all-expanding. Pa, paut. The all-expanding. All-expanding meaning, ideally, or to keep it simple in layman's terms, the universe. Because the universe is all-expanding. Even when you think you've reached the ends of it, it still keeps going and it never ends. We have rawa. Re, a, we, a, and a soft he. Usually, I forgot to put the accent on this H. But rawa. And this actually has two meanings, but here, or the base meaning, is breath. Breath. Rawa. With a soft H. Kawan. Ke, a, we, a, ne. Kawan. And even here, you have a word that has a dual meaning. It's not just to be, or it's also to exist. By being, you also exist. How do you know you exist? You are here. You are able to think. And anything you are able to think of, any person you're able to think of, any place you're able to think of, that also exists. I mess up here, but it's okay. Ka. Ka. Ke, a, a. And this is in reference to the spirit. Now, there's also levels to this as well. Spirit, meaning not the ka. The ka is the absolute spirit, meaning there's no personality attached to it, and we'll see the difference in what I'm talking about in a few minutes. But ka, you have the ba, and that is in reference to the soul. In the book, and that's why I'm kind of excited to explain some of the things. It talks about the rawa, the breath, and the ba, the soul. And the reason why I said it has a dual meaning is because the soul is what gets breathed into the body. The soul gets breathed into the body, so they are connected. Nafas. Ne, a, fe, a, se. And this is a regular s. Just a regular S, not a soft S, not a SH, not just a regular state s. And that is in reference to the spirit. This spirit is in reference to personality. This spirit changes. Personalities change. So this one, it's a part of you until it learns to be otherwise. This one can leave, this one can go, and it can also come back. And the last one is abab. And I think this is one of the, not only words, but one of the words in a small category where it begins with our accent letter. So we have a, be, abab, heart. And that don't mean anything other than what it means, heart. So we have abab for heart, nafas, spirit for personality, ba, did I say nafas? Okay. Ba, soul, ka, spirit, and this has to do with who you are. When Faise talks about you are what you do, this is talking about whether you have a soul or a spirit. So it has to do with your nature. We have kawan, be, exist, rawa, breath, pa, the, paut, all expanding, reye, sun, and nawar, light. Like I said, the book that we're going to be reading, or I'm going to be reading, is the Prism. The Prism. Revelations to the Nuwaupuyeans, Taraq, the way, the prism. Likum, Nuwaupu, my beloved children of life and living. Children of the life of Pareye, the sun, the living, giving force of the planet. Nuwaupu, children of Nuwaup. Know yourself physically and spiritually, known your breath of life. What is your physical life, and can it be eternal in the flesh? First, my children, let me speak of birth and the living being. In relation to outformation, light and sound, you know of this cycle of colors. The Hamam Nawar, black light, is seen as a glowing violet color. All chaotic lights that exist on the physical realm emerge from the pale white light in creation, from peace to chaos, called the rays of light, become separated by washar, prism. A prism is a solid whose two ends are similar, equal, of parallel reticular figures, and whose sides are parallelograms, transparent, body of this form, usually with triangular ends by which light can be reflected. Prismatic or prism shape of color is produced by refraction through a prism, producing a rainbow-like effect. A rainbow is an arc of prismatic colors formed in the sky by the sun's rays. Rays are single lines or narrow beams of light, heat, or any of a set of radiating lines. To radiate is to emit rays, radiation, transmission of heat, and or light, radiance, brightness. Chaos, disorder, confusion, state of the universe after physical creation by the birth of lights, white, brightness, the prism. Each color vibrates on its own and is a unique properties in creation. The violet ray is the center of alchemy or transformation, transmutation, metamorphosis, as a child does in the womb. It means change, growth. The Arabic word al-khamiyah is from the ancient Egyptian word khamat. In Arabic, al-ham. In Hebrew, it is kham. Both is black, as in Ham, son of Noah, Nuh, in their religion, taken from Egypt, and the word khalas, placenta. Khalas is an organ connecting the mother, parent, with the transforming mammal in the womb, the physical lifeline. The violet children are born of the black light. The amber children are born of the white light. Violet is the highest frequency. It acts on matter and substance of lower frequencies. And being energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be transformed from one state to another. And thoughts also are triggered by emotions or energy in motion. So, in fact, all energy ever used, which includes thoughts and emotional energy, exists eternally. In quantum, facts, matter is a form of energy. Atoms aren't material substance in all. They are merely small packets, orbs of energy. Even when an electron is described as a particle, when its wave function has collapsed, it remains a form of energy. This energy of which everything is composed is in the form of waves that can be encoded with information from outformation, just as cells. These waves have an infinite capacity for receiving outformation as black and information as white is limited to this realm. The orbs of their birth at 6 months in the womb departs at physical death of white people, or kakasu, as little white orb or flame. So, in fact, all the energy that has ever been used remains encoded within unique individual rays of light, ending in violet light or black light. On to higher dimensional frequencies linked to spirit, ba'a, to spirit, ka'a, to ether, achach, with golden children, nagaru. Nagaru have their own frequency signature in tone of vibration. So Nagaru are living beings, are packets of quantum energy as a part of the entire all, constantly exchanging outformation to information with the inexhaustible energy of Pa'paut, the all-expanding. It's also called the zero-point field, and is described as an ocean of microscopic vibration in the space or ether, a huge reservoir of mental to physical energy. So like subatomic particles influence all other particles instantaneously over time and space, so like all colors, violet is a wave, and waves can alter other waves through resonance. Violet is composed of 9 levels of colors, from nun, purple, to atum, blue. So we have light and sound. Light has been made clear now. Look around at sound. Oh, light has been made clear, so now look at sound. Light is protons and sounds are phonons, and have a direct influence on matter and cells, even on the DNA. So, voices of other races, words, songs, chants can affect your DNA, and being Nagaru, Negroids, vibrate the highest, all other can only do you harm. If you allow it to enter and transform your inner voice as 6 ether beings do with their voices and what they call music, or their prayers, repeated phrases, invocations, affirmation gospels, mantras, or hymns, the very sound of their voice over and over is not healthy for you as Nagaru. The word or form can be changed by lights and sounds coming into your body, and their dissonant sounds create chaotic forms, beasts, demons, all from a small white orb of light, or white light, or Korrigans, fairies. Learn to speak Nuwaupuyee in your own tones and words. It is based on optical manifestation of sonic energy and blocks out all interferences of demonic tones. It's only vocalization and visualization, which equals manifestation. So sound is carried as waves in consciousness, unlike white light or that which fractures or breaks. When sound waves enter the ear, they are converted to electrical impulses in the brain. So in fact, light and sound play a part in birth or life. So a living being gets its life, that is physical life, from its parents, its gender from its mother within the first 3 to 6 weeks in the mother's womb. Gender is determined, or neuter, or hermaphrodite, or hermaphrodite. The parents of a living being are its personal creators as creators. A living being is in the image and likeness of its mother, XX, and father, XY. 23 chromosomes from XX and 23 chromosomes from XY. The parents of a living being are its creator by the help and rules of nature. An offspring's life is inherent in her and inherent from its parents, parents, and is spontaneous. The father and the mother of an offspring or living being give up part of their lives through the sexual act from intention to anticipation, or from desire to the exchange of body fluids to in anticipation of self-pleasure and gratitude, which is living life form, beginning or intention to ending satisfaction, all reflected in the sex act. And this is how the offspring gets its rules on life and living. With the mother, after 4 births, a woman's mental state changes to a rest state. She becomes settled in life inside and may not know it outside. She becomes a true mother, other, no longer just a female or woman. Her 4-moon cycle is completed as nature designed. 1 new moon, 2 first quarter, 3 full moon, 4 last quarter, crescent moon. The satellite revolving around the planet Earth for the time of a month and affecting the moment of pt.2, the Earth. At that time, or the 4th offspring, she no longer creates, she provides for their children, and is a mate to the father of her children. If she has 4 daughters, 1 state of mind. If she has 4 sons, another state of mind. If she mixed them up, even another state of mind. She is the deity of the house. The father, XY, supplies the soul, breath, rawah, in the damam, blood, through his manam, or sperm. The mother, XX, supplies the spirit person, nafas, in bone, azam. They supply the flesh, jasad, and the ka'a, spirit, and the ba, and achach, ether, is from salafu, the ancestors linked to Nazaru, or Nacharu, or Nataru, or any of the words for the overseers. All this in the 9 moons or 3 period of the gestation period by the rules of nature, and it's inherent, the mitochondrial DNA and nuclear DNA, the records of genetic family from the very beginning, the rules of nature and its inherent and spontaneous powers. Know this: without heat, there is no humanoid life. Life itself is a burning. All life outside of the water is a burning, including the life of plants, vegetation. They receive the sun's rays as their eyes through their pores, allowing sun's rays to soak in. Humanoids receive the sun's rays through the eyes. Once activated from the spark of the sun's energy, once you open your eyes, this burning or body heat takes place from the solar plexus onto the lungs and blood by the breath of life. A person inhales oxygen and exhales carbon dioxide. Carbon is residue of burning, or atomic number 6 on number chart as C6. So carbon as a residue of burning, that is, carbon is the waste of a burnt substance or gas. When oxygen enters the lungs, it reaches the blood through the breath. When it reaches the blood, and the acids in the blood ignite the oxygen and burn it. And the burning is the heat of living energy in life. The burning generates natural electricity, or I think that's supposed to say biology, but I don't know, science of electrical phenomena in living creatures in the form of sparks of light impulses in the brain and throughout the body's nervous system. And the blood transmits the light rays to the brain, then the person is able to think. Links them as mind to the mental form where all thinking comes. To think is to feel, see, hear, taste, smell, and in negroids for higher senses. The burning is spontaneous by nature's rules, and the acids it uses and other fluids in the body and brain to activate emotions, actions, reactions. And I broke this down so many times earlier. This relates to docosahexaenoic acid. I said it better earlier. Anyway, DHA, brain nutrient. 2/3 of the dry weight of the brain is fat, and 1/4 of that fat is DHA. From a structural point of view, DHA is an important building block for the membranes that surround brain cells. These membranes include the areas where one brain cell connects to another, the synapses. This means that DHA is involved in the transmission of outformation into information and then from one neuron to the next, and thus is fundamental for efficient brain function. The light world of serotonin, the night world of melatonin. Next, Nuwaupuyee overstands this about life and living. When food substances seep through the lacteals of the small intestines and reach the bloodstream, the acids in the blood ignite and burn the substance. The heat and energy produced from the burning generate pressure or blood pressure, and the blood distributes that pressure, to the various glands and nervous centers. Then the person is able to move the various parts of the physical being, and the ibab is able to keep the blood flowing, distributing the energy and nourishing particles throughout the living being to maintain strength and keep the flesh replete. The burning is the imitative to all life activities of the humanoid body, for the burning is living, is life. Therefore, when the burning stops permanently, that is life. That is the end of physical life. Then the person's body becomes cold and stiff. Now, Nuwaupuyee, open your famam, mouth, and blow your breath on the back of your yadad, yadad, hand, and you will feel the inner heat from the burning. In order to determine whether life can continue after physical death of the body, it first had to be known by you what physical life is. Now that you know physical life is a burning, it is also a fact that the physical body of a living being provides the conditions of life by what it intakes. So it's a combined factor of burning. Therefore, without this condition for burning, there can be no physical life. All this means is that physical life cannot go beyond the physical mawat, death of a person, because there is no condition outside the physical body that can continue the burning for a person. So in fact, when the burning stops permanently, the person loses all links to the body of physical feelings and consciousness, and that is the end of physical life. As life is active, principle of the existence of animals and plants and humans. Now as persons, Ba'a is their higher than physical life being, and the head of the Ba'a is Achach, ether, and the Ba'a, soul, emotional seat, you have Ka'a, life or living. All is linked to the mentality, meaning the mind. The breath of life, Rawah, on another level, and personality of life, Nafas, life, spirit personality, on another level. There is more than one kind of soul and spirit. Achach, Ba'a, Rawah, Ka'a, Nafas. The breath of the living and the physical O8, oxygen, on the ethereal E8, 8 ether. The gases of nature and beyond. Nature is innate or the essential qualities of a thing. Life force or material. Nuwaupuyeans, remember you are unique. Your dark skin, dark eyes, dark hair, which attracts the sun's rays, give you energy. You are not the same as Caucasoids, with their transparent skin, light eyes, light fur, which repels the sun, or it will kill them by skin disease. So they don't get the sun's energy. That is why, when they wake up in the morning, open their eyes, and don't receive direct sun's rays, they need a boost, like coffee or others, to stimulate their system. They need the alkaloid called caffeine, a boost of fake energy. And all day, they need boost as alcohol or caffeine or other drugs or energy boosters. They smoke tobacco, cigars, pipes, cigarettes, chewing tobacco, all kinds of stimulants they need, pills of all kinds and sodas. And they try and get you addicted to them to make you hyper or act crazy. They make legal their drugs, smokes, and alcohol, and make illegal what others use as medical, helpful marijuana, used mostly by Nagaru the world over. The point being, you are not the same as they are physically. They have a spirit, as do all animals, except Kakasu do not have a soul. They eat things not healthy and lots of flesh of animals and try to make you eat as they do, which is not healthy for Nagaru blood system. The food affects your burning in your body for physical life. Kakasu are descendants from the human canine flesh eaters, others of them from farar, fur, as other beasts. They love to fight and kill. It's in their animal nature and not in yours. You are not on the same descendant line of life as they are. Don't believe their history lies. You are not the same as them, nor of same family tree as they are. So don't eat what they offer you. It will make you fast. It will make you age fast, become diseased, and die early. You cannot trust Celtics in any way, shape, or form. You need the sun. They run from it or cover their transparent thin skin. Join onto your own African people. Eat what is grown from the soil that nature bore for your ancestors. Avoid them. This is how ancients recorded it. Pa nafas, the spirit, is the spirit body and linked to your mental or pa-ka is the body's plasmatic being, the person spirit being. When a child is born, nafas may possess their body, yet those ka'u spirits existed ever since creation. Parawa, the soul or breath, is the inhaled life force, the first breath in the physical world outside of the mother's womb. Paba'a, the soul or emotional breath, existed ever since creation. All four are born and grew out of Pa'achach, the etheric being, which exists before creation of spirits or souls. Pa'nafas, the spirit that possessed the Kakasu, Caucasoid person, may be good or evil or both. Pa'janai, the fairy, which Caucasoid Celtics called Corrigans, who enter the Kakasu, pregnant women, in her 6 months as a fire orb of white light, and that is the equivalent of their soul from their Salafu ancestors, called small elemental beings of Wiccan white magic powers, goblins, and mischievous evil living creatures. These are the white orbs many see as ghosts seeking the dead. They're Janai'u, or fairies. They are evil and can be exorcised from the female Caucasoids who have not given over to Wiccan's religions. The spirits that possess a person, Negroid or Caucasoid, can be good or evil, or in some both, as they pretend to be good, or a saint, angel, even Messiah or God, to convert the unknowing and enter their body and use them to do wicked things. Some come into a person at times and depart from them at other times. Many drugs offered by a Caucasoid doctor, open people up to demonic possession, even to death. This depends on the person's blood, the person's food, the person's sounds, music, voices, the person's lights, TV, cinemas, and looking at evil people projecting their light image into your life, and so much more. You have to protect your being from them, pretending to be human beings. They're not. They are evil, weak, and wicked, and only seek your soul, your divine soul, Ba'a, and the seed from which the child sprang is a major factor in determining her or his pattern of life, and the amount of different men the female exchanged body fluids with before this child's birth, and the amount of abortions, for those children aborted stay with the mother, and many enter her womb and become another child. Also, mixed parents may affect the child because of the 29 ancestors of the mother and the 29 ancestors of the father, and their own inner voices or spirits. Spirits will most likely take a liking to the person with a nature most relative to their own. If they are drunk, they will try and make you a drinker. The same with lustful, they will make you a sex addict or whatever they like. They will or may also wish to torment someone's mind, and outsiders think the person is crazy or depression and even dangerous. A spirit can fake impressions or true ones. This depends upon the nature of the spirits possessing the person. All Janai'u, fairies that enter at the 6th month, are wicked forces and should be cast out of the person before age 9. Therefore, in addition to protecting yourself, protect your children, protect your womb. Know who and what you kiss. A kiss is a genetic kiss. Your DNA is in your saliva, the liquid in your mouth. Know who and what you exchange in sweat with the moisture which oozes from the skin. Know who and what you're exchanging genital fluids. Once in your system, their Salafu ancestors can take over your own ancestors. They can pass on to you their family diseases, both physical and mental. Remember, you become what you eat and drink. And remember, you must welcome evil into your life, your body, and have the power to prevent being taken over by others if you're in contact with your own salafu.
Go back and read that again the right way.
That's what it says.
I know. We'll put that not right there. Put that you must not.
You must not what?
You must not welcome evil into your life.
I think it's like an emphasis, like, remember, you have to welcome it in your life if it's in your life, like vampires. And remember, you must not welcome evil into your life, your body, and have the power to prevent being overtaken by others. If you're in contact with your own Salafu ancestors, they will come forth and protect you if you reach out and ask them. That is our way as Africans. It's called animism, and you're called an animist. Contact with our Salafu ancestors. Respect them, stay in touch with them. They will protect you as Ka'a'u, spirits. Spirits, or Taraf'u, ghosts, just as physical living people, have rules, limitations, restrictions of their own, and make rules are binding by nature. Much like the watts of an electric light and or incandescent glowing light or artificial light produced by glowing filament incandescence. As incandescence, incantation, magic spell charm by man's kind made lights, as you see on screens. By them, they can send out their wicked images and incarnate, embody in flesh by incentive or arousing feelings inside of the receiver of the evil incarnadine or crimson, blood red, their symbol of devil. So by the rules of spirit, if you accept them, they can enter your being and rule your emotions. Being they don't have a soul of their own. Remember, this is the living Celtics serve their dead, and they need you to trust them, to believe in them, to accept their images, their teachings, religions, legends, fictions. They will fade if you don't accept all they offer or give life to, the image of them, the beast. And when you trust them in any way, they offer your soul to their dead and demon extraterrestrials they call their gods. So, spirits have rules, since spirits are in fact conscious gas forces, as fluorescent light is created from trapped gas or neon atmospheric passing through electric current through a tube containing neon. So you have many forms of light and fire. And spirit appears as a form of conscious gas forces, be they orbs, cloven tongues of fire, or like fire, or apparitions, mist, and vapor. They can enter a person at will and leave at will, as long as the entering and leaving are according to the rules and codes by which they exist. As a prism, once the wicked white light enters, it can reflect out other colors or modes to affect those around them. Just as their wicked spirits invade people's bodies, the Celtics have and still invade other cultures, religion, lands, and pretend to be of them and take over as they did the religions of Mesopotamia from dark-skinned people, to them ruling the culture or religion, replacing all with their image, or as it says, giving life to the image of the beast. Now they're Jews, Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindu, they win, trust, then invade, then take over all the world. Today is invading by them, working for their blood-lusting deities to cause all the world wars, the same people with new names, those of Genesis 6:4-7. Yet, this Yahweh, Lord, did not destroy all of them, Genesis 6:7, because the gods Elohim stepped in, Genesis 6:13-14, and from this mistake was born from Noah a son Ham, a son Canaan, Genesis 9:18, who was wicked, Genesis 9:22-25, the cursed seed of lepers, Leviticus 13:11. What do they look like? Human physical ghosts. Leviticus 13:1 through 59. White as snow. How do you know it's the Canaanites? Leviticus 14:33 through 34. The land of Canaan, or Canaan, was Cadmon, another name for Adam. It's now called Jerusalem or Israel, Palestine. Same religions, same cursed people. Behind all of the religions of war, and killing and invaders of others. So their spirit beings invade your mind, and them as physical beings invade your lands. They need to be welcomed, trusted, believed in, to take over your lives and offer your soul to their deities. They come with a smile on their non-Negroid African face to get you to trust an image of their race or subrace. Anyone, as long as they're not dark-skinned with kinky hair, they come as other than your own DNA. So they keep a link to the Canaanites, cursed seed, and as such, a link to their fire deities. Once you look at their non-African image as your God, Savior, Messiah, Mahdi, angel, prophet, messenger, pope, Kohen, rabbi, imam, pastor, minister, bishop, reverend, leader, teacher, idol, mentor, friend, or lover, you open up your whole genealogy to their genie, or genie, they call genius, tutelary spirit. Once you mix your genes with them, and all your genetics or generic is given over to Gentiles or heathens, they promise you 3 wishes in life, and if you trust in them: 1, good birth; 2, good living; 3, good afterlife. That is what this genie in the bottle promises you if you accept his dreams for you as his Negro slave. He is your master, and it's lies. All lies. You're born sick, you live in abuse, and die and are given over to their demons. That is what they really offer you. They use you to do their evil to others, and is why all other races hate Negroes. You work for them, fight for them, kill for them, lie for them, steal for them, entertain them, praise them, worship them, sleep with them, try to act like them, die in their wars for them, police his streets for them, act for them, sing for them, dance for them, cook for them, serve them, and wait on them. Try to look like them, try to walk like them, and you give them your all. You try to look like them, talk like them, walk like them, and you give them your all. In return, you get nothing from them but racism, hate, abuse, drugs, killing, death, fake religions, beliefs, and lies of liars. You will even deny being African to be like him or others and sell your very soul to him. The fortune or misfortune becomes your fate because of the faith you put in others. You're not Arabs, you're not Chinese, you're not Indians, you're not Asiatic, and you're not Aborigines. You are Negroids, Nagaru. You are from what is called Afafreka, Africa. You're not a part of their bloodline. You're not a part of their family tree. You are unique. No other race on this planet is like you. From your outside appearance to your inside emotions, you are a deity. You are God. You are the first and will be last. Your fate is laid out and only you can give it. Race is continuous procreation, perpetual reproduction, birth that person's family or kin. That is why Caucasoids will rape or mix with Nagaru, Negroid's race of Africans to sustain his own existence. You look around you today, you will see he has mixed with all other races to sustain his dying race, as he knew his 6,000 years were coming to an end, and used religion and music to interracial mix. Look at all the half-breeds all over TV, cinemas. He can use them because most of them are half of him and confused or without a soul. You see Nagaru, Negroid, woolly-haired people, dark-skinned people, You see Nagaru, Negroid, woolly-haired, dark-skinned. You see no Nagaru, woolly-haired, dark-skinned African person is ever dead in the ethnical sense. As long as two breeding Africans, male and female, are still alive and together, because all Nagaru Negroids are of the same origin or ancestral tree, so in fact, as long as two breeding Africans live, all Negroids, living or dead, live through them. All African Negroids are in fact the same flesh and blood with the same soul. Your ancestors, Pa Najaru or Nazaru, are linked to you by your own flesh and blood parents and your spirit, yet mostly by your soul. Mine your mind for the jewels of your soul. And that is all coming from Panababianun, aka Dr. Malachi Z. York. And that has been the Prism. Got a little dicey in the middle because, as we all know at this point, anyone could be anyone, and turning away everyone because of their phenotype is wrong. And so you want to look at people for what they do, not for who they are. A little bit of the old rhetoric, but just reminding you of who you are and what you came to do. Even if you're here on this live and even if you're listening to a replay, you are called by your soul. Your soul knows that it has a job to do, and your soul keeps showing up. And that's not something to ignore. That's it. So I hope the rest of you guys have a lovely evening. This has been Mrs. Faise, and Peace in the Lamb is truly wonderful. Wadu.